Hey y'all, it's me, Laura B. What am I now? My new channel is Crafting for the Rest of Us. Sorry about that. For a couple of years it was Craft and See with Laura B, and now I changed it. Anyway, so I'm here with this flip through of this really unique pyramid style journal. Um, this is not my idea. Sorry, I hit my microphone. This is not my idea. I got this from Natasha at Treasure Books. So go watch the video. It's wow. And I kind of misunderstood the assignment. Um, if I had this to do over again, I definitely would correct a couple mistakes. Anyway, the papers I chose were from Grazing Wombat. And I did use some backing paper by Wild Rose Bohemian. Anyway, so here we go. I just took this fabric, and honestly, I don't know what kind of fabric it is. It's cream colored. Dropped it. It's this. I have no idea what kind of fabric this is. I just know that I had a lot of it, and this is what I used to dye these. I have several of them, several bits. Sorry. Uh, it's early in the morning here. It is, oh God, what time is it? Oh my God, it's early. That's what time it is. 5:57. It's not that early. I have about an hour before I have to go let the chickens out. Well, technically, I don't let them out, but I have to fill their water and, unplug their feeder. So, okay. So I just did these these colors. They're just dye ink, I think it is. Yeah, dye ink pad recollections from Michaels. So I used the black and the red, and I think I might have used. I tried using the brick red. I think that's what it was, and I didn't like it. It didn't give the right. Use my sniffs. It's early in the morning. Anyway, so that's what I did. Just let it dry. I tried to match the paper, backing paper. Um, so there we go. And so untie it. Now I did have it had a little flippy right here. So I had one more, but I just didn't like it. I can't remember why. Excuse me, I have got to. All right, so here we go. So the whole premise of this is you just make increasingly smaller little booklets. So they're folded in half. Boom. Each one is folded in half. I started with 8 and I worked my way down. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start right here and we're going to go one way and then the other. So this flips open. These are stamps that I have. This is part of one of the kits. I did Sleepy Hollow, Amityville Horror, and Elizabeth Bathory. They're all inspired by those. Elizabeth Bathory, if you did not know, was back in the day, I don't even know when it was, 1700s, somewhere around there in, somewhere around Romania, I think it was. Details are a little bit fuzzy on that. But anyway, she believed that she would be younger if she bathed in human blood. And it had to be girls of a certain age. Yeah, she was creepy. She ended up getting locked in the tower for the rest of her life. The villagers got mad. But anyway, so that's what all of these kits are from. I cannot tell you what came where. So I just took one of these cut aparts. Of course, I shrink them to whatever I need, and then I cut her eyes out, and then put black fabric behind it. Here's a little belly band, and go. Here's a rose that I cut apart that I did, and then I used the faux age tape. Fold it down. Here's another pocket. Um, this is Sleepy Hollow, I believe. Anyway, I just print out, shrink. You know how it goes. It's not rocket science. So the Mariners won last night. Woohoo! All right. This is like one of my favorites. This is obviously Amityville Horror, and it's one of my favorites. So all I did was backed it with tea stain paper, folded it in half. Boom. This is backing paper that I used. Now here I took almost all of my coffee stain paper, crinkled it up, spread it out, opened it up, flattened it just a little bit, and then used the black and the reds I just went over it. Anyway, what was I say? What I would do differently is I would iron these flat before I tried to do anything else. Um, it made cutting very difficult. And when I say I misunderstood the assignment, I missed the part where she said how she glued them down. And so I backed every bit of these. So each fold had four, you know, one, two, three, four. So anyway, um, and I didn't need to do that because I was gluing them. And the other thing that she talked about, and if I would have paid enough attention and realized exactly how we put it together, I would have done the uh, foam tape, because I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, so here's some others, just another cut apart and little journaling pages. Now, because they don't come with backing paper per se, I, you know, shrunk a lot of them down. And this is actually a journal page, and they have this down the middle. I'm sure I don't think I need to go in this much detail. So they have this. So all I did was cut that part out, arrange it, glue it onto black fabric, and then, yeah, there we go. I really liked how this looked. I did this kind of thing on more than one. Here is, I think this is Elizabeth Bathory, because, she lived in a castle. And then, oops, this one I really like. I think is unique. Oh, I forgot. Just anyway, so here we have obviously Sleepy Hollow, and we have two. This was one journal page, so two halves of it. But what I really like about this is I Velcroed it. So you open it up and you have writing spots. And then I have this Halloween washi, and it says Terror Time, and I like that underneath there. So I don't know if anybody's done that. I don't know how unique it is, but I kind of like that. And then this is the other Sleepy Hollow, obviously the bridge. Cloppity, 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 clop across. And this is, obviously, duh, this is Amityville Horror. I'm sorry. My brain is just dead. So, and then here's the big old Amityville Horror. Get out! Go. And this is Elizabeth Bathory. Again, coffee stained paper. I have this little round Fisker's punch, and it has three different ones, and I'm going to get rid of it because it routinely, you put something in there and then it slips just as you're punching. And they're not easy. We'll get to the back side on the last. So this is the 8x8. And then, so let's go the other way. So I took one of the cut aparts, two of them actually. This is one. And I did glossy accents on the bullet, because we know this is from Amityville Horror. And just a little tiny, again, cut apart. And there's the bathtub from Elizabeth. And here are some books. Again, the little cut apart accents, whatever they're supposed to be called. Excuse me, I just backed it with the same paper and slipped it right in there. And this one, I made a little booklet out of different scenes. So you have, I don't know, I think this is Elizabeth. And then you have, There you go. So it's a little booklet. Tucked it on into there. Excuse my sniffs. I am so sorry. These are just accents. You know, you get bored after a while. I get. This is one thing that with journaling, making that just is all the decorating of the tags. I need to find a new way to do them because you don't have to do all that stuff. Plenty of people don't. Here is Sleepy Hollow, tea stain paper, coffee stain paper. I mean, I don't do tea stain paper, or at least I haven't. Again, this is Elizabeth Bathory because she liked to bathe in young, I think it's virgin blood. Obviously, Sleepy Hollow. This is the fabric I was talking about. It's just a silky. So the tags aren't anything to write home about. I mean, I didn't do really much because that's what just this decorating here and decorating there, and yeah, I know you don't have to do it. I'm not saying that, but still. Now, the one thing that I would do, I'll get to it in a minute. So here's this one. So what I did is when you open this up, there you go. So and then it accordions that way. So then we have the Amityville tag. I tried to do, there we go. So Mariners won one game in the playoffs. I tried to watch last night, but my God, the noise. It was so loud. The fans were so excited that I couldn't even hear the announcers. It was just, so I was like, I just don't have time for this. You know what? So there's that. This is not, I guess I didn't use any other backing paper, but okay, this is not Grazing Wombat. I'm pretty sure this is Mrs. Ella's attic. A bunch of stuff like this. And what I did is I just cut out the white parts, not here, but the white parts, one right there. So if it was white, it got cut out. And then underneath it is that fabric. And then I just glued it to black and put a tag underneath it. And here is the back. Now, this is Elizabeth Bathory, or, this is the backing paper I told you that was not Grazing Wombat. And then I just covered it with acetate that I had spritzed with one of these. Now, things that irritated me is I have these double-sided sticky sheets, and they came with the all of this stuff is where it didn't lay flat. The sticky didn't lay flat, so it was all wrinkled, and you could not get them out. So let's just say they're going back. So I complained to Amazon. They shipped me a new one, replaced with the exact thing that has the exact same problem. Looks exactly the same. So I'm sending that back, and I canceled my subscribe and save. Now I just need to leave a nasty gram. I'm not nasty, so I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or get anybody in trouble. So hang on, Anyway, so I'm really irritated. It works in this because of the age, but it wouldn't work if you didn't want this look. It really irritates me. It's like quality control, people. But that's what you get when you're crafting on them cheap. So things that I would do differently. I would not back both sides. You only need to back the one sides that are going to be seen. I will do this again, maybe not this big, and I will use double-sided foam tape. The other thing I would do is I would cut these all down so the whole point is you don't see this part. You don't see all of this. You're just going to see this. Anyway, that is my accordion pyramid journal. I hope you like it. I guess that's all I have to say. So, Grazing Wombat, I will try to remember to link her. Wild Rose Bohemian, I'll try to remember to link her. And yeah, I tried really hard to just stick to those. Anyway, it was fun. it was challenging to keep track of everything. And again, I won't back the part that is going to be glued down. It's not going to show. Anyway, have a great day. Peace out. Bye, guys.